It's great to be back on NEC Front Row. It's time for women's basketball on the run. Let's jump right into it and take a look at the big picture. 3 Northeast Conference teams tipped off the league schedule with back-to-back victories. St. Francis U, Robert Morris, and Mount St. Mary's all 2-0 after NEC tip-off weekend. LIU Brooklyn played 1 game, edging their rival. They're 1-0 in league play, 4 NEC unbeatens. As for the 3 2-0 teams, preseason favorite St. Francis U, defending champion Robert Morris, they were picked first and second in the preseason coaches poll. Mount St. Mary's, on the other hand, a bit of a surprise at 2-0. First-year head coach Maria Marquezano and the Mountaineers were pegged for an 8th place finish, but they don't seem to care about that. They're right at the top with 2 perennial powers. 2 games down, 3 teams tied at the top, 9 weeks to go. There's the big picture in NEC women's basketball. Moving along on the run, next up, it's She Gets Buckets. And she is Robert Morris freshman point guard Hanoka Ikematsu. The freshman was unfazed by the start of Northeast Conference play. In fact, she took her game to the next level on NEC tip-off weekend. Ikematsu had not scored more than 12 points in a game, but exploded for 23 and 25 points respectively as the Colonials tipped off the league slate with convincing victories over Fairleigh Dickinson and Sacred Heart. Ikematsu poured in 23 at FDU. She followed that up with 25 points at Sacred Heart. For the week, she made 13 of 17 shots from three-point range. We'll talk more about Ikematsu's prowess from long range later in the show, but for now, just know that RMU freshman Hanoka Ikematsu, she gets buckets. We're taking a quick timeout here on OTR, a Twitter timeout. This week's featured tweet comes from NEC women's play-by-play man Craig D'Amico. He was up at Sacred Heart and then down at FDU for NEC tip-off weekend. And as usual, he walked away impressed by St. Francis U Jr. Jess Kovach. Kovach is leading the conference in scoring average for the 2nd straight season. She's scoring 21.3 points per outing, but it's more than just her scoring ability that impressed D'Amico. Her defense and her passing, in particular, this dime that she dropped to Caitlin Kroll late in the rout of Sacred Heart. Jess Kovach doing Jess Kovach type things as SFU is off to a 2-0 start in Northeast Conference play. Time to take a quick look at the NEC stock market. We will see which player's value is on the way up. It's her first year in the Northeast Conference, but Sierra Clark has taken the league by storm. The graduate transfer stepped right into Wagner's starting lineup from day one, and her production has been a steady rise. She leads the conference with 7 double-doubles. She opened league play with back-to-back double-doubles. She's up to 2nd on the league leaderboard in points per game. She's also moved into 2nd place amongst the NEC rebounding leaders. After a solid non-conference season and back-to-back double-doubles in NEC play, Wagner's Sierra Clark stock is on the way up. That's amazing. What has me in a state of amazement this week? Well, it's the 3-point shooting prowess of 3 Northeast Conference players. We spotlighted Hanoka Ikematsu earlier in the show, and as it turns out, she ranks 3rd overall amongst Division I leaders in three-point field goal percentage. The freshman has made 29 of 57 attempts from downtown. That's 50.9% on the year. Only UConn's Kia Nurse and Oregon State's Aaliyah Goodman have a better three-point percentage than Robert Morris freshman Hanoka Ikematsu. She's not the only one singeing the nets from long distance, though. 3 Northeast Conference players rank amongst the national top 25. Fairleigh Dickinson freshman Cameron Weimer and St. Francis Brooklyn guard Jay Johnson are both shooting better than 45% from three-point land. Ikematsu, Weimer, and Johnson are lighting it up from downtown. Some of the best in the nation. Stats amazing. And that's our show, NEC On the Run Women's Basketball Edition. 9 conference games this week. You can catch them live on NEC Front Row. For more information in terms of statistics and schedules, visit us on the web at northeastconference.org and follow NEC Sports on your favorite social media site. We're back in the swing with NEC Women's Hoops. I'm Ralph Ventre. We will see you again next week. Enjoy the games.